Okay. So this is episode 10 of Los Mariachi Sagas. That turned out it sounded really good with Guzman.
It's Guzman. Gosh dang it.
Who calls him Guzman? Some people call him Guzman. Nobody calls him that. But that went well. We had some comments from people.
Yeah, some really good feedback. Hope you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
And like I had said, I told you, Matt, I wanted to change the format a little bit of the podcast. Still do 2 episodes a week, but we're gonna start having weekly guests. So we'll upload either Tuesday, Wednesday, and that'll be just answering questions or recap of the gigs in the weekend or just thoughts. And on Saturdays, we release an episode with the guest that we record with that week.
Yeah.
So I can change things up a bit. So also with that, if the people listening have suggestions or people that they would want to
hear from,
and if we can get in contact with them, we'll do that. Matt is still celebrating his birthday.
His birth week, bro. Birth week. Birth month.
Yeah, birth week was last week. But he had cake here and candy and beer.
I have so much comfort food, celebration foods. I'm extremely full right now.
But you know what, Matt, I still can't get over is that so somebody gave us a 1-star rating.
Oh.
Somebody got us a 1-star rating on Apple Podcasts.
I wonder who that could be.
I don't know. I assume they're not listening because they had a 1-star rating. Yeah. If they are, cool.
Or they could think that we're number 1. So that's why they put they want us to be first place in whatever it is.
So they put a 1
because we're number 1.
They got us closer to 1.
Or we got a 1 like they do in the UAL state competitions or whatever. we got a 1.
Maybe that's what they think 1 is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool. It's fun because we're still getting recognized on the platform, and we're still getting ratings.
Mm-hmm.
But I just found it interesting because have you ever actually rated anything 1 star before?
Yeah, a bunch of shit, dude. Especially like Uber drivers.
But yeah. See, well, the thing when you rate something 1 star is because you had like a bad experience, like really bad personal bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming this person has an issue with either me or you, or both of us.
That's true. I never thought about that. Dude, speaking of bad experiences with like Uber and stuff, I remember we were in Albuquerque. The last time we were in Albuquerque. And first of all, I don't think it was Uber. I think what's the other one? Lyft, yeah. We took a Lyft one night, and we were trying to get to the jam sessions. I think it was 3 of us. We were trying to get to the jam sessions. I think Stevie was there. It was me and maybe Noelle. I think it was Noelle as well. And she took us to this really like dark and scary looking neighborhood. And we were like, whoa, this is not where we're supposed to go. So she ended up like, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. She's like, well, I think I know what you're talking about, so I'll go there. I'll just won't use the GPS because it wasn't working or something. So the next day we went out. We were trying to go out to eat. Eventually we got to the jam sessions. Sorry, I was going too fast in the story there, but eventually we got to the jam sessions. It was fine. The next day around lunchtime, we were trying to get where were we go? Oh, we went out to eat for lunch at this Brazilian steakhouse. And then afterwards, we were like, we're so full. Let's go back to the hotel and chill before we head to where I forgot where we were going. So we ordered a Lyft, and I believe JM rode in our Lyft. Maybe Luis and Carlos. I can't remember exactly who was all in our car, but I get in. I think Carlos gets in. I get in. And then JM's trying to get in. We're all in the back seat.
Yeah, I remember this story. Yeah.
And he sticks one foot in, and the lady starts taking off with one foot. He still has one foot out of the car. He hasn't even shut the door yet. She's taking off. And all you hear is, whoa, 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 whoa. Or what did he? Yeah, he said that, and then she stopped. She like slammed on the brakes. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of it when I'm trying to tell it. She slammed on the brakes. He like runs into the door, and he's like, okay. So he starts to get in again. And then she does it again, bro. And she's like, and James like, hey, and we're just like, stop. We just yell, stop. And he gets in the car finally, and it is extremely quiet, dude. Like, it's so awkward. And then I couldn't stop laughing. Finally, I just cracked, like, I just let it out. Just started cracking up out loud, dude. And James like, oh damn, it's like he's like, is this how Lyft works or what? And that lady was like, I am so sorry, that was not meant to be a joke. Well, we got to the hotel finally, and JM goes, damn, this girl sucks at her job, this and that. And he gets out of the car, and he starts limping, and I'm like, dude, what happened? He goes, well, she ran over my foot when I was trying to get in. And I was like, dude, this is horrible. You had a horrible experience. He goes, I know, for real, this bitch is getting no stars. He's like, I'm deleting the app, bro. That was funny.
I just wonder what's going on through her head that she decided to.
She did it twice, bro. It wasn't even once. It was twice. Damn.
I've never had him.
Correction. Luis and Carlos were not in the car. It was, I believe Matthew Moore and Victor.
Matthew Moore was there?
Yeah, Matthew Moore was there, I believe. Yeah. That was funny, man. Jeez.
I've never had, I've never had a bad experience with Lyft or Uber. I have had bad experiences with Favor.
Oh yeah, because you work there.
Yeah, ironically, it's what I do also on the side. Some people at Favor suck though. Some Favor drivers, like I hate using the app. But I ordered food on time. First of all, this guy took like almost an hour, and the place wasn't that far. And he tells me, or first of all, he never texts me. And that's something you don't have to do when you work for Favor, but it's better. You get more tips.
Yeah.
And in the instructions, I specifically said, leave at the doorstep. Don't ring the doorbell. Text me when you're here. He did none of that. It's like
he did the opposite of all that.
It's like he read, throw it at the door, ring the doorbell, honk the horn, and leave.
Honk the horn, bro? What the heck?
So,
hell no.
That was, I think, the only 1-star rating that I've given.
Shit.
But I mean, it's cool. Like, I mean, I don't really care, honestly. It's just interesting. It's funny because that means like somebody has a real issue with either one of us or what we say.
Yeah.
But we're just saying, what we've lived, what we've experienced, our own stories. But I mean, that's cool. I hope they're listening though.
Right? Imagine if they are. They're a mariachi. Imagine. I'm saying because I feel like mainly mariachis only listen to this.
Yeah, I mean that's who it's geared to.
Yeah.
But,
Which is why I think we actually might have. You know how we have the most listeners from San Antonio, or consistently we've had that.
yeah.
I think that's probably why, because this is like about mariachi, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of mariachis out in San Antonio. I mean, here in Austin too, but
Yeah. So that's another thing I was gonna mention or look at right now. So our top 3 cities right now. Let's do the last 10 episodes. Well, all of them. So this is our top 5 cities. Kyle is number 5.
yee.
I assume most of them are you though.
Yeah, about half of them are me. Wait, so does it count every time you listen to?
It's not specific. But
okay.
I think so.
Yeah, it's probably me.
I'm not sure. But so number 4 is Edinburgh, Texas,
Oh,
down in the valley.
your old stomping grounds or area.
Area. Adjacent to.
Yeah.
Number 3 is San Marcos. Number 2 is Austin, Texas. And number 1 is San Antonio.
Yeah.
But by a wide margin. So like 1 and 2, San Antonio and Austin are like way ahead of everybody else.
Dang.
A little disappointed in San Marcos.
I was talking to Adolf about it. He was like, you would think you would have like a podcast out of somebody in San Antonio because of how many mariachis there are. How many mariachis there are. Blah. Can't talk.
Yeah, nobody started has done that in San Antonio.
Which is why we probably have a lot of listeners from there.
Yeah, because we do tell some San Antonio stories. Well, you know what? First, so Asael is the trumpet player in my group. And he pretty much only speaks Spanish and knows very, very, very little English. And somehow he found out that we have this podcast.
Was it from Genie or no?
I don't know. Maybe I assume from Genie, or probably because I posted it the day that we had a Guzman. I posted like everywhere.
Wait, but does he have a Facebook?
He has a Facebook, but not under his name. It's under a different name. I don't know why, but it's probably hiding from all his wives. But he was like telling or asking me like, what do y'all talk about? I'm like, well, I was like, well, we kind of talk about you.
Yeah, a lot. We have an Asael segment.
We do. And one story that I've been meaning to say that I kept forgetting was the time. I don't think you were in the group at this time, but for some reason we had split up into 2 cars that day. We usually ride together on a van, and this is, I'd say, about a year and a half ago. At the time, it was just me, Eugenio, and Asael that were in the van, and in the other car there was Jarek and
the B team.
Basically the guys. So it was basically the guys that know English and the guys that know Spanish. We're 2 separate cars. But we usually ride together. So Asael was driving. He was driving the van. We're going to Kyle, actually, kind of close to here, and he got a call for a gig on the phone, and he answers it, and the client asks, are you all available for a gig? And Asael goes, fuck yeah. And then I look, me and Jeannie look at him, and we're like, dude, what?
That's some good customer service right there, man.
And then the client says, perdón? And Asael was like, fuck yeah, man.
Wait, he said it again?
He said it again, dude. He said it again. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? So what he said, he said that he was expecting a call from a friend of his about a gig, and that they had the same voice.
Oh.
So he thought it was him. And then he said it again. Yeah. And then he asked, is this, I don't know, make up a name like Juan.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this Juan? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, shit. He didn't know. He thought it was a friend of his, and then he started apologizing to the client. And to this day, I still give him stuff about it.
Yeah. He still says it.
He still says it.
Not to clients, of course, anymore because of that.
No, yeah. After that, he learned to not
to check
say
first. Always check first.
to clients.
Yeah.
But
It's funny, man.
that's just one of the examples of what Asael is like. He likes to joke around a lot.
Sure does.
And we joked around too much this past weekend. We didn't have a lot of work. We had nothing on Friday, and we only had 3 hours on Saturday, and nothing on Sunday. But on Saturday, we had Vince come help us out again, and then Patrick came. Apparently Patrick lives in Austin. I don't know that.
Yeah.
And so Vince, so about what I said last week, Vince plays a lot crazier than I do. I was like, Vince does a lot, I do a lot, but no, Vince is like 2 levels above me of the amount of shit he does on that bass. We were doing a song, I don't remember what it was, Caminos Michoacán or La Puerta Negra. It was one of those two where there was like a break, and then he just went off on that bass. He played every single note possible, and for like a good minute, which is a long time in a song. To the point where he like started going up like in the front, and just he was going on none but eighth notes. And that was the second gig. It was pretty tame. There isn't a lot of drinking. He didn't get drunk. Nobody got drunk.
Yeah.
We finished super early, like 10:30, which is really, really early for
them,
Saturdays. And yeah, for us, I mean, last week we finished like at 3 a.m. So at the end of the day, Asel, didn't have change. Like, he never has change, and I never carry cash because I don't carry cash with me. So we go to a gas station, and so I'm putting gas in my car, and then Asel comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you got change?" And because he was like, "Do you have 10 or 15 or something?" And I already pulled out my wallet. I'm like, "Dude, I literally have $4. Like, that's all the cash I have on me." And he was like, "Pues sweet." So he goes into the gas station, gets change, and then I'm talking there to Vince and Patrick, and we're just there hanging out. And then so he pays them, but he paid them together because they rode together. And then he pays Jarek because Jarek always has change. And then he was like gonna pay me, I think. I don't like after the gigs, how you just kind of talk and you just start
bullshitting,
making fun of each other or whatever happened.
Yeah.
And then some random people come up to us and ask for a card, and then so I starts talking to them like they're potential clients or something. So after that, we leave because Vince and Patrick are leaving, and then he comes over to me, and he goes to his car, I go to my car, and then we leave. And then I get home. So I say this about midnight, 12:30 or so, where I was kind of laying down, and I was like, let's see how much money I made this week. So start counting my money, except I didn't have any money to count. And then I started thinking, like, dude,
wait a minute,
this guy didn't pay me. So I messaged him at 1 a.m. He's like, "Hey, did you pay me?" The question mark.
He's like, "Fuck yeah."
It's like, "Fuck yeah, man." I paid you nation. He does this thing where every word he'll say it in English and then he'll say nation at the end.
Paid
like,
nation.
Like Afi nation. Like he'll say a word in Spanish and add nation at the end of it.
I think it's funny when he says it, dude.
But he's really good at making stuff up on the spot.
Yes.
Because that's just how he is, how he talks where he's from in San Luis. They do that a lot. Huh. So he'll do that pescado albur, and he'll make stuff up. Like he does it to Jarek a lot. He's like, "Dude, did you shit, what did we could say?" He used it today because we had a gig earlier today. And he's like, you're at your Afi Nation. But
It's funny, dude.
he does stupid shit. So he messages me. He replied, but like at 2 a.m. I was asleep at this point, and he's like, from what I know, I paid everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not really answering my question. And then I told him, no, remember how like you asked me for change, but I didn't have any. And then he calls me the next day when he wakes up. It's like noon.
Huh.
And he's like, honestly, I don't remember paying you. And I'm like, well, I know I don't have money.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, he's like, he wasn't home. He didn't go home last night. He went somewhere else. And he said, I'm gonna count the money and see what's up. And he didn't call me back till like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then he says, so I have like 80 left over. But for the night it was like 180. But he was like, did I give you 100? And I was like, no, you didn't give me nothing. Then he said he thinks he might have given Vince and Patrick an extra 100 because he only paid them in hundreds.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I mean, either way, I mean, I'm gonna pay you the full amount.
Yeah.
So he sent me the money over Facebook, and I told him, well, I mean, I'll look for money, but I mean, I don't think I have it. And then that was the last I heard of it, because then we had a gig, Monday, because we were supposed to record last night, but then he called for a gig. So we did that. He didn't mention anything about it, but today, Ron Rock, he was like, hey, you know how I told you I was missing 100? He's like, I didn't know that Jeannie had already taken $100 deposit for one of the gigs.
Shit.
So that's where that 100 was.
Dang.
And I'm like, well, you should know that. So everything worked out, basically. So I ended up getting paid.
Even Jeannie got paid, man.
Yeah, Jeannie's still making his money, recovering.
Yeah.
From his house. He hasn't left his house like in months. Like
I wouldn't imagine, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah. Get well, Jeannie.
But that was my weekend. Pretty uneventful.
Yeah. Mine was pretty interesting, to say the least.
It was Matt's birthday on Saturday, the actual day.
Of course, it's Saturday. I had to work.
Yeah. Did you party Friday?
What did I do Friday? No, I just went to dinner. Went to dinner with my girlfriend. Went to Pluckers, and I think my mom made an early dinner. And then I actually went to so I went to Pluckers on Friday night. In between gigs on Saturday, I ended up going to Pluckers again during the day for lunch. But I think before that we had because the first one was from 1 to 3 out in the Bee Cave area in Austin.
On Saturday?
Yeah, that was on Saturday, and we did the first gig. I get there, like 10 minutes early, and Adolf's already walking on my car, and he's like, hey, he's telling me something, but I was like, oh shit, my window is rolled up. So I rolled down the window, and I'm like, what'd you say? He's like, hey, they want us to, because we were parked on a hill, on a pretty steep hill. He's like, they want us to start on the bottom of the hill and walk up to this house, because it was one of those drive-by parade things for a woman, and it was her birthday. So our job was to stand there playing music for the people driving by for the 2 hours that we were there in that parade thing. And so we get to the bottom of the hill. It's 3 of us. Louis and Carlos were a little late, the violin players, and we get to the bottom of the hill. I'm like, man, we gotta walk up this big ass hill, and so we get to the bottom of the hill. They also had they hired these people in Austin that ride bikes with I guess giant butterfly wings. They're like 15 feet tall, like that. These wings were super big on these bikes. And I think they wanted them to ride around while we were playing music in the street. And I mean, that was pretty cool. They were pretty. That was. I've never seen that before. But Austin's, kind of like that. They're kind of weird. And so, anyways, one of the guys on the bike says, "Hey, you know what would have been a better idea if we would have walked, instead of walking from the bottom of the hill, we walked from the top of the hill." So we were like, "What? We have to walk all the way back up the hill?" And I look at Adolf and he's like, "Chingo." And so we were like, "All right, let's go back up the hill." So we start walking up the hill, and then halfway, the guy's like, "Oh, there she is." So he's like, "Yeah, we can just start playing right here." And I was like, dude, I was chopping up that hill, dude. I look back, and Adolf was way back there, and then Oscar is like, he's not too far behind me, but he's behind me. And finally, Adolf yells, Matt, you're too far." So I slowed down and waited for them, and we were already fucking halfway through Manianitas. And anyways, eventually we get to the top of the hill to play for this lady. And then did happy birthday. Louis and Carlos finally showed up. But we were already sweating and shit, dude. It was hot. It was hot that day. But yeah, we started that gig. It went smooth. It was just, we played whatever the hell we want for 2 hours. So we each just kind of went down the line, sang songs, and jammed out, man, pretty much. And for me, I'm still learning. I'm still getting to learn how Relampago does things. If you've ever played with them, anybody around the area, they're very unpredictable. Let's just say that. They do a ton of stops and crazy chords, but the armonía has been set for years, pretty much. So I haven't played. I only started playing with them a couple months ago, or was it since the pandemic started? But even then we haven't played a lot. So yeah, anyways, it was good practice time for me, let's just say. After that, we went to Pluckers for lunch. The Longhorn game was on, actually. They ended up winning in overtime. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn lucky.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just drank a beer there, ate a lot of food, and then Carlos had to go home. So Louis was like, "Hey, let's go back to San Marcos, even though we're in North Austin, and we'll make it back to the next gig." The next gig started at 6:45. At this time, it was 5 p.m. Now, driving in Austin around that time, through all that traffic, even through Buda, like, it's horrible traffic. But us being young and fearless, we're like, fuck it, let's do it.
And then being Louis.
Yeah. And Louis, he's like, yeah, man, let's do it.
I'll do this shit in Laredo.
Yeah, we'll make it right in time. And eventually we were like, oh yeah, fuck it, let's go. So I left my car there at Fleckers in North Austin, and there we went at 5 p.m. trying to take Carlos home and then go all the way back to North Austin to the next gig at 6:45. So we get there. It took us about an hour and 10 minutes to get to San Marcos. Drop Carlos off, and we just fucking fierro, man. I was like, we took off, dude, and we were just trying. We were freaking hauling ass back to North Austin. Long story short, we made it barely, right on the dot, man. 6:45. Same area, Bee Cave. It was a wedding, really nice wedding. That gig was also kind of uneventful because we're just there playing, just lounging, man. I mean, only eventful thing was, I think they had this halfway through the gig, they brought us this mic that was super hot. I don't know where the speakers were, but I think I was the third one to sing, maybe, but I never noticed how hot the microphone was, so I was like all up on it. I'm in G style, and it was just blasted out of nowhere. I saw a couple people jump, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry." Like in my mind, right? But I'm singing. I'm like, "Dang, I just see all these people jump." So yeah, Adolf's like, "Yeah, just keep the mic up there and do whatnot." So we're just playing that gig. It went through smooth, and then the last one was think it was at around 9ish. And that one was pretty uneventful too. We just played whatever. But yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. Except, you know, the thing is, I struggle with a lot of the songs in that Relampago does, where they have their own arrangements, and there were a couple that I struggled on there. So I'm like, man, I gotta practice on those. But that was pretty much it for me that night. I didn't play Sunday. Next time I played was Monday.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah, Sunday I just went to birthday breakfast with my grandparents, my mom, and then went to watch the Cowboys. Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah, they lost.
God damn it! Damn you, Jerry Jones.
I mean, did you expect them to win?
Yes, honestly, we should have won that game.
Yeah, but
Fuck.
But so what you said earlier about playing in Austin and those like people riding with the butterfly wings, 15 feet tall and stuff.
Yeah, man.
So that's something that's I'd say pretty unique to Austin, just because the culture in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Austin's slogan is "Keep Austin Weird."
Yep, there's a reason.
And so this has happened a few years ago. That I was still playing with Alex, and we had this crazy man. This guy was crazy rich. He was an old white guy who just had so much money on his hands. He had this house out in the country. It was like west of Austin.
Mm-hmm.
It was already out of Austin, but it was like close enough. He had this idea that we had played for him before, and it was literally just us, like at his house. I don't know if it was house or beach house or something, but just one of his houses. He had his whole family, or just had people over. It was like a birthday. I don't know what it was. We just played there for like 2 hours. But a few months later, he calls us back and says he had this brilliant idea, that he saw these fire dancers one time, and he was just so mesmerized by their dance and their movements and what they do. So he was like, I want you guys and the fire dancers to play together.
Holy shit, dude. Wait, fire dancers, like they were on fire and they danced? Or
Well, I mean, they have like man, I don't know the actual names for them, but, you know, just sticks that are on fire.
oh, like they did in Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, pretty similar to that. But they also have like certain like basically like a hula hoop that was also like on fire.
Oh shit!
So it was like what you saw in Lilo and Stitch, but they do a lot. I think they had like fireworks. They just did a lot. But it was just the most stereotypical thing that you could think of, because it was exactly like that. The lead dancer, the one in charge of that, her name was Sage.
Oh man!
You should just imagine what Sage was like. She was very in tune with nature, and just I don't know. It described the experience. However stereotypical you can imagine in your head, that's how it was.
However you picture Sage in your head. Yeah.
Just picture someone named Sage in your head who dances with fire.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she looks like, and you're probably right.
Wow.
So the hardest part was playing, because we didn't know what to play or how we're gonna do this.
Two porosones, bro. Like that.
I think we did La Negra.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
But she also had her musicians, but just like they basically played like the drums, but on different instruments.
Right.
So they just kept like a beat, a rhythm going.
Did they like play? They played along with you guys?
They did for some songs. Some they weren't like really able to get it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
To get the rhythm.
Right.
We did. What I remember is we did Mariachi Loco. can't get away from that song. No matter what you do.
Yeah.
You
Never do.
You gotta do it. We did that. We did La Bamba.
Oh.
And we did La Negra. And I think I'm pretty sure we did a bolero. The boleros are slow, romantic, for love songs, basically, most of the time. And they did the whole show with us playing. And at first it was gonna be like a whole group and everything. It ended up just being like me, Alex, Steve, and Veronica, I think.
Oh, really?
Maybe Alondra. I don't remember who played violin at the time.
Yeah.
And it was.
That's crazy,
It was
bro.
weird, dude. Like, it's hard to describe the experience I had, because we also had to like rehearse with them, and we were there for a while.
Yeah.
And then Steve was playing, and so Steve trying to match with the other rhythm players.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the things you could expect if you play in Austin.
Yeah.
Or play with this kind of groups, these kind of groups, because there's basically two kinds of groups in Austin. The ones that will go play in the backyard for a Mexican party for like 5 hours,
Yeah.
or the ones that play with fire dancers and some rich guys. We're like basically
gigs.
in the woods.
Or yeah, those two.
And corporate gigs.
Yeah.
Those are fun though, because usually you don't play the entire time.
Yeah.
And you play
just
whatever you want.
Super chill, man. Plus you get free food sometimes.
Yeah.
Or I mean,
Yeah.
every gig almost you get free food probably.
Yeah. They gave some food last night.
Yeah, they did. It was good.
This guy, like, they gave us this food. The people were from San Luis, so
Food was good.
they have specific names to them, but they call them something else, but they're basically tostadas and gorditas, but they call them something different. And it was like 3 or 4 of each on one plate,
They
and
stacked
that
it.
was like one per one person.
Yeah.
I had one of each, and I was like, I don't want this anymore. It was really good. And I was like, hey, Matt, do you want the rest? And he was like, yeah. And then, but Matt wanted another plate.
Well, yeah. Well, I was
'Cause
still
he
waiting on
didn't get
my
one.
plate. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt never got a plate. But I was like, I only had like 1 or 2, and there's like a bunch left.
Yeah.
And Matt just ate them all, and still wanted more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because I didn't get my plate. You gave me yours. But she didn't see that, so she saw that you didn't have a plate. She's like, "Oh, yeah, we're missing one then, right?"
Uh-huh.
So she was starting to make another one, and then she asked you, and you were like, "Oh no, I'm good." And I was like, "No, you should have said yeah. Like I could use another plate. Like I'll still take mine, you know."
Yeah, I was like, I know you could, but you shouldn't.
You should do it. Yeah. It was like what, midnight already, or 11?
It
Oh,
was
no,
11:30.
it was like 11:30.
It was almost 11:30.
Oh, okay.
Because,
yeah.
Well, no, it was 10:30.
10:30. Yeah.
Either way, it's
It's late.
late and really greasy. And
Yeah.
it was like, should have had the first time.
Yeah.
So then you went home and ate cake.
Oh yeah, I sure did. I still got a lot of cake here, man. I
Yeah,
got 2
whoever-
layers missing off of it right now.
Whoever wants cake, just message us and we'll send you some.
Come on down, guys.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
So you know how it was one of the earlier episodes where I mentioned that somebody had ripped their pants in mariachi, like
Who
at a
was it?
gig. So it turns out it was me.
It was you.
I was going through my photos
Yeah.
like a week ago, like
Mhm.
old photos,
Yeah.
and I came across
Oh
a
shit.
picture of my pants with like a giant tear right down the middle. And I was like, oh, it was
Shit.
me.
It was you.
And I remember doing gigs like that. I mean, not many,
Yeah.
because I had to get them fixed quick. But at the time, I only had one traje,
Yeah.
so it was hard to just get it fixed because I still needed to work.
Yeah.
So I pretty much hid it for a while as best as I could.
Yeah.
So eventually, I was like, all right, yeah, these are gonna tear in 2. And I'll post a picture on Instagram if you guys want to see it. You gotta follow us on Instagram. But it's pretty funny because it's like you can clearly see it's like a giant
That's
hole
crazy, dude.
down like right down the middle, so like in the crotch area.
Usually when mariachis rip their pants, they don't remember how they ripped them because they're usually like it happens when they're fucked up. Like that's all the stories that I've heard. I've never ripped mine before, but a gig tomorrow.
Oh, you play tomorrow? Right?
Yeah, I play tomorrow in Driftwood, and then I got a couple on Friday, and then 2 hours on Saturday. That's it. Saturday. That's the thing. Playing with this group now, we don't really get as much hours as I did when I was with you guys.
That is true.
So we're done super early. Like I think I'll be done by 7 this Saturday.
That's weird. We start at 7.
Yeah, I mean, to me though they're kind of different. I don't know how to explain it. Different culture, maybe. I don't know, because with Jeannie, I never got a calendar. Like there was no schedule. I never knew what was coming up during the weekend. I never knew how much money I was gonna make. I knew I was gonna probably have at least 4 hours on a Saturday. At least of the whole weekend. At least 4 hours. I'm not gonna lie. There were times when we just had like maybe 3 hours the whole weekend. Yeah. But that's the thing with mariachi. Like it can be unpredictable. It's very inconsistent at times. There are times when you're struggling for work, and then the next week you got all these gigs suddenly coming your way, whether if it's just with your group or with other groups that you could also be helping out, which they call it you're being a mariachi whore.
Yeah, I like to tell that to people, especially Stevie.
Yeah, I think Adolf told me, he called me that the other day. He's like, you admit it on your podcast, you're being a whore, you're being a mariachi whore. And I'm like, when I don't play with you guys, what the hell?
So I'm only cheating on you when I'm not with you.
After I said that, he's like, oh, okay.
Oh, you know what happened the other night?
Yeah.
You want to tell it?
It's like, what the hell? Yeah, dude. I'm like, oh, okay, so yesterday, I got pulled over going to Alexa's house for the gig that we were going. I got on the access road to get on the highway from my house. I got on the highway. All of a sudden, these cop lights just turn on. I'm like, fuck. And he pulls me over. And the reason why I was kind of freaking out is because my license is expired at the moment. So I was like, God damn it, dude. It just expired on Saturday, my birthday. Because for those of you, a lot of people know, I don't have I call it my big boy license. The one that's turned horizontal. I have the vertical one still. The one since I was fucking 17. And it expired on my birthday. So I was like, fuck, man, right? First of all, I have no money. I'm late for work. My license, man, god damn it. I knew I should have got it done a long time ago. Anyways, so I get pulled over and I text Alexis I'm gonna be 5 minutes late, and he's like, damn. And so I get there finally about 7 minutes late, and we take off, and I told him about it, and he was like, shit, that's crazy. And then I end up actually just telling my girlfriend about it. I don't know how it came up or what, but I texted her. I was like, yeah, damn, I just got pulled over by the police too. Oh, by the way, they let me off with a warning. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. He let me off with a warning, so I'm good. I'm okay for now. Anyways, I texted her that. I don't know how it got brought up, and she texts back, oh, okay, I'm gonna shower, babe. And I was like, what
She
the
didn't
hell?
care.
She didn't even care if I got arrested or fucking they gave me a big ass ticket. She didn't care, nothing, man. I was like, all right, that's cool. She said, oh, okay, cool, baby, I'm gonna shower. I
was like, wow. Dad. Well, she don't listen to this, so
she could care less. She's okay.
She's not gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Uh, but that was funny. What were we talking about before this?
I don't remember. I think just that.
You're talking about
cheating, being a mariachi whore.
yeah, being a mariachi whore. Yeah, you playing with.
I mean, yeah. I told him, I said, "What do you want me to do, man?" I left the group that made it. A lot of they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we had so much, like, it's a lot of work playing with compadres. Like, you have to really spend. It's literally your whole fucking day, being with them. On the road and everything. What's nice about Relampago is you don't play as much. You still make a decent amount of money, man. Probably maybe the same. It's just you don't play as much. But recently, because of COVID, it just I haven't made as much money, so I'm trying to pick up work everywhere else too at the same time. And so what do you want me to do, man? I'm losing out on work here.
It's like, if you took care of me like you're supposed to, then I would stick around more.
No, but that's
what happens when you don't take care of me.
He does, bro. He takes good care of me. We still make a good amount. It's starting to pick up a lot more too. So, but I was like, only when I don't play with you guys. He's like, oh, okay. It's funny.
Yeah, that's something people who don't who are barely starting to do gigs, especially the ones coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
Or the people that have only played with those groups like Relampago or Mariachi Amor, who they have a calendar, and they'll even like ask, or they pull up, or a gig comes up, and then they'll call like, "Hey, can you make this gig?" And you're like, I'll let you know by tomorrow. It's like, you do that shit with the compadres.
Yeah, dude. Like, it was kind of frustrating for me because I had come from that culture where they let you know everything ahead of time. They let you know who's gonna go to the gigs. They let you know what to expect, I guess, really, so that way you can plan for your day. But like with compadres, they were like, I'd be like, hey, what do we have for, and it'd be Friday, and I'd be like, what do we have for tomorrow? And they're like, I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll text in the morning, what do we got for today? Oh, I'll let you know when we start our first gig. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I'm trying to plan here, It's because I get the feeling like they just don't want you to go and make more money elsewhere, or they just want you reserved for them, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of part of it. But it's the big thing is just, that's just how it is with the clients that we get.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw this multiple times where we'll be like, oh, we finished for the day. Yeah. And literally the next door neighbor is like, hey, come play over here for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So the genie would be like, well, I can tell you the time, but it will most likely not finish at that time. So he's kind of like, what does it matter? But it would be funny every week, Jarek in the back, I was like, hey, how many hours we got? And then Genie just started lying, started making stuff up. He's like, oh, we got 15 hours.
10. 15.
And Jared's like, oh, really? No, mami. No.
That's how he talks. No,
mami. He tries to talk in Spanish. Jarek's the whitest Hispanic you ever meet.
He's Hispanic?
He's technically, I think one of his parents is from Mexico.
Oh, wow. Dang.
Yeah, but they never spoke to him in Spanish, so they don't know Spanish.
Yeah, same thing with my parents. They never spoke to me in Spanish.
They should.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew that I was gonna turn out to be a mariachi.
They're like, you live in Kyle, Texas.
Guzman, he'd be like, because he had my brother for his class at M&G. Oh yeah. For MLO, and he goes, yeah, we first met Jonathan, we'd be like, where are you from? And he'd be like, I'm from Ka. I'm from Ka. That made me laugh, dude. Yeah, that's how I talk. He's got, like, I don't really have a Texan accent, but my brother, he has a pretty big Texan accent. He's like, yeah. Even when he laughs, dude, he's like, I don't even want to do it, dude.
It was funny, the people that don't know what Matt's brother looked like, they don't have the same skin color.
I like to tell people when I was born they had the light on, and then when he was born they turned the lights off.
Oh, it was like complete opposite.
Yeah,
That's
he's
funny.
he actually looks like Hispanic or like a Mexican, but I look pretty white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty white.
Yeah,
That's
but we have the same I like to think we have the same facial features.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. In the face, they look similar.
He's actually taller. He's like almost a foot taller than me, bro. He's fucking huge.
Yeah, they're both tall.
Yeah. I remember one day, literally, it changed like in a day where he was like the same height as me. I think in high school. I said, "What the hell's going on here, dude?" It's
He's a
crazy.
short, chubby little.
And then he
little
just
Mexican
shot
kid.
straight up, bro. I remember he would use my trajes for like whenever he would do a gig every now and then, or whenever he did M&G gigs with the black trajes.
Yeah.
He used mine, and it was kind of funny because they would be a little like a tad short because I always wear them bigger
Mhm.
on the pants a little bit. I could never get the traje that fits me, bro. Never, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I'd always get them a little bit bigger, so on him it kind of looked like he was wearing a little bit like he was wearing high waters.
Oh, you know, people complimented the new intro, outro music.
Oh,
And my genius
Dude, the
editing
outro.
skills.
Dude, the outro was
Oh,
it's hilarious, dude. I love it.
yeah. For people that still haven't heard the outro or heard the last episode,
Yeah,
if nothing else, listen to the
you gotta listen to the whole thing,
The
though, guys.
music. But yeah.
Or you
if-
can just fast forward if you
I
want.
mean,
But
then you'll miss out on all the great Mike Guzman talk.
yeah,
Yeah,
man, it was
it's-
really awesome interviewing him.
Yeah, hearing his stories.
Yeah,
But I mean, we want to thank Noel again for doing that.
yes, sir.
He got it done.
Yeah, he was literally because we did a serenata that morning, right? And
Yeah. On
after that, I
Thursday.
was like, "Hey, let's get something to eat," and then we ate there at his place, and he was like, "Yeah, I could literally like knock it out here in like maybe 30 minutes," and we're like, "Shit." So we went ahead and knocked it out, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he
like-
did it. I recorded the bass.
Yeah.
And I did the vihuela. Just finding I guess the time to do it all, because I mean he still has classes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to master it and all
Uh-huh.
this. But I kept bugging him about it, but I bugging him about it because I need time to edit it
Yeah.
into the audio
Mm-hmm.
and then export and upload and all that. So this takes hours. It'll take me like at least a day to get everything ready to be uploaded the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I kind of need it like now?
I mean, it's crazy. You see, all these athletes that are our age, even younger nowadays. The leagues are getting younger, and they're out there making like look at Pat Mahomes. He's like, I think he's like 24 or something, 23,
Yeah.
making fucking half a billion dollars, dude.
Yeah.
And even like mariachi musicians at younger than us, maybe making a ton of money because of what they can do and their talents. Like Alejandro from Sol.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's super talented, man. I met him in at Festival this
Yeah.
past year, and he's super young, dude. His voice is probably higher than mine when he talks, and yeah. I asked him how old he was. He said he was 23. I was like, damn, dude, I'm 23. Well, at the time I was 23. I just turned 24, and I was like, damn, dude, like, what am I doing with my life, bro? Everything in my life. But
Yeah.
super talented guy, man. He's such a young age. Plays everything.
And I said we're gonna have a new guest for Saturday. He's a local Austin legend. He's been around for a while.
He used to play with my old boss.
He used to be your boss's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually. And so we'll have him on there. I'll probably announce who it is on Thursday, and we'll release that episode on Saturday. But we're out of time, Matt. It's a sad time.
man.
It was just getting good.
Yeah, it was. We're just about to show you our matching headphones.
Oh,
No, we
yeah.
can't show you.
Yeah. Maybe if we record one day, put some
Yeah,
video.
on YouTube.
Yeah, but it takes so much work.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
We have to make a studio.
I need editors. Whoever is wants to be our intern.
My intern.
Huh? Whoever wants to be our intern.
Our intern. Yeah.
Who is working on their I don't know, some degree that requires that SRT majors or something.
Yeah.
Just let us know, and we won't pay you.
Unpaid internship.
But you can edit this however you want.
Yeah.
We'll, sign and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We'll serenade you.
We'll give you a shout out on Instagram
Yeah.
for the 40 people that follow us.
Is it 40 now?
It's like 53.
Eee, moving up in the world, bro.
Yeah, we're
One follow at a time. Do it.
we're getting like 3 follows a week, dude. and I think some of those are pity follows.
Yeah.
No, but so this has been episode 10 for Los Mariachi Sagas. You'll probably be hearing some of the outro right now.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna making this so
I'm
it'll be
listening to
sound
it right
funnier. There you see.
now. Oh, there it goes.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in a few days.
See you, everybody.
Come on, guys.
Los Mariachi Sagas. Los Mariachi Sagas.